Welcome to Karate 360. I'm your co-host, Richard Mosdell.
And I'm the other co-host, Kalan Anglos.
Here comes the show.
Karate 360. Let's start the show. You will kick high and I will sweep low. From local to global, it's the thing that you love. Karate.
Sanrokumaru.
Nice touch.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think we're afterglowing here. I look in the monitor and the new lights over here. I know, they're just bringing out the light all over here.
Good. It's really good. You got those from Sears.
Yeah, Sears department store folded. You remember all the fragrance cases that like big wrapping around the poles of the floor?
Yeah.
So we walked in there and we're like, we'll take those because they match exactly our dimensions of our club. Our carpenter who did some stuff for us found them.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I thought maybe we were turning into Kenzan Sports Karate and Jewelry Store.
Exactly. Well, and then, wow, they look really great. Check us out on our Kenzan Sports Karate page to see it. And it was just crazy when the kids came in today. Like, they went up to the counter and it looked like a candy store. Look.
Yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah.
They're just covered there. I'll take one of those.
Yeah,
even like one of the 4-year-olds went up and went, I want the shin pads. Like he's 4, and the parents look at him. Does he need shin pads now? Like, yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
We're not gonna sell him shin pads.
Well, somebody was just saying, they walk in and they want to buy something.
Exactly.
It's like, look how it's popping. It's got light. It's there.
There was some, it's probably assembled in the 50s or 60s. Refurbished, new paint and tiles and matches everything that we have in here. But there's probably some scientific study like 1965 that said if you put one light under and one light over and just X number of glass in the right angle, and your sales go up like 100%.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Definitely our retail shop sales are going to explode now.
There's a running kind of joke in the fitness health world. A lot of research is going into sauna use right now. Sauna use.
Yes.
And on its effects on health and Alzheimer's and longevity.
Yes.
And, basically it's just showing there's these things called heat shock proteins. When you activate them, all these other good things happen. So there's like a joke going on. It's a hashtag right now too. It's like sauna makes everything 50% better. Everything like everything 50% better sauna. And so it's like
you sweat 50% more.
That's right. It could be something completely ridiculous. Like your diet will be better, 50% better.
50% better. Exactly.
So yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, for sure, our retail sales are going to go up by 50%. Now we're just like, what?
Imagine if you had a sauna. Now.
I know. If you stand there, the lights are going to like just make you sweat.
When was the last time you were in a sauna?
Well, Japan saunas are popular.
I'm sure they are.
But it hasn't been here for a while.
I love me a good sauna.
You love a good sauna?
Yeah.
Good hard sweat.
A good hard sweat. Sitting in there and then trying to push yourself like longer and longer. 20 minutes and then
till your nose starts going dry.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a mental workout as much as it is a physical.
When we go to Japan, you're going to do the hot baths. You look at a bath and like that one says 42 degrees.
So is that like a hot?
Like it's like a bath. It's a hot tub.
Yeah,
right?
In Canada we call them hot tubs.
But you go in naked.
Well, I think people
so they're
kind of do that.
So there are men's side, women's side with a big wall in between, and then you shower. You sit on these buckets on the floor and you shower and get totally clean.
Okay.
Then you hold your little towel in front of you, and then you walk and climb in different hot tubs, but they're called a bath because. Anyway, they're called sento, and then some of them are really like scalding 42 degrees.
Sounds like a hot tub.
Yes. And then there's this when Arakawa Sensei is coming next week, right?
That's right.
So when I was in Japan, whenever anybody came to visit us from overseas, like, oh, gotta go Japanese sento, right? Because they got the baths, you shower, and then you take these different baths, you relax, and afterwards you put on like light kimonos, and you have dinner. Right, because they have a restaurant part. It's very relaxing, very family oriented.
Okay.
And so we do the thing, and we're like, all right, so this is the cold bath. This is like 2-degree bath or something, right? And we go, karate people always do the cold bath first. And the guests are like, really? I'm like, the guest of honor gets to go in. And they're like, it's so cold. And they're like taking their time. It's so cold. It's so cold. They're like, I think I'm going to make it up to my neck. Okay. And they look up and we're like, gone. I'm like, bye. We're over like that. Yeah, enjoy your cold bath. We're in the hot one over here. And they're like, you bastards.
That's another good thing that I think helps with mental too, is cold baths.
For sure.
Yeah. Research is showing that they're not so good. But
like football players who like go into like an ice cube bucket bath right after they work out.
Yeah, instead of there. But the research is showing that the better way to go is just do active recovery.
So, I like that.
I like that much better.
For sure.
Sitting in a cold bath, for sure.
How's your week?
My week's been busy. We're busy, but really, really good. Of course, I moved to a new place.
Yeah, your move is done.
It's done. We're in the new place.
You're in a real proper apartment.
Awesome. It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. New building. Yeah, just so much better. So much better. And of course, before we had loud neighbors. So we woke up the other day and I looked at my girlfriend Rihanna and I said, "Do you hear that?" She said, "No." I said, Exactly. That's awesome. So that was busy and a little bit of a gong show. Pretty much whatever can go wrong could go wrong in the day of the move, but we made it happen. And we got in, and so that was busy, and then just really busy with work. Been training that tennis guy. I think I told you.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I can't say for sure, but it looks like I will be going to Miami in May for the Tennis World Championship.
Wow. So what will your role be?
I'll be basically his athletic therapist / trainer as he's there. So in between matches, making sure he's properly recovered. At the end of the day, make sure he's stretched and ready to go for the next day. Making sure he eats properly.
Wow,
pretty
man.
much just making sure he's in top form as he goes. So it's not official yet, but it looks like that.
That's awesome.
Coming. Yeah, so looking forward to that for sure.
In March?
In May.
May.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
In Miami. You've been in Miami?
I have.
You have? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had several people tell me they've said it's different.
It's totally awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some people love it.
But it has its place, its character. I'm not from Miami, so but I've been to Miami, and one day I was driving through, and it was super early morning. This morning I arrived, and I got my rental car, and I was driving on the streets, and this like black SUV went by me on the wrong side of the road, like so fast, and right in front of me was a red light and blew the red light.
Whoa.
I was like, wow, this is Miami. This is Miami. Like, yeah, like Tubbs and Crockett were right behind him, so yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My week's been busy just with training, and then of course school and trying to get a paper published and a paper written.
Fantastic.
Basically how to do a proper physical demands analysis, which is what we did here for the karate stuff.
Oh yeah.
I got the boxing stuff coming up, so preparing for that, going to Salmon Arm for their training camp. So busy, lots happening.
That's awesome.
What about yourself? We got a new cabinet.
We got a new sales cabinet.
New sales cabinet.
Yeah. I did training camp in Prince George over the weekend.
That's right, I saw that.
So thanks a lot to Warren and Ken for bringing me up.
The Chaco
Karate Club.
Yeah,
Chaco is a river based on a native name.
I remember Warren saying that. Yeah.
And great people, trained a lot, trained them hard.
They train. I feel like when you're in those kind of secluded areas, even though you don't have as many training partners, just because the numbers aren't there, you almost train harder because you recognize you have to train harder to be able to keep up with everybody who has all these training partners. And if you think about all, in BC, all the people that are up north, they all have like karate heart, right?
Totally.
Fighter's heart.
They really appreciate what they have.
Yes,
yeah,
for sure. And the same goes for like people in PEI and like those smaller countries and smaller territories in Canada. They always have that kind of fighting heart. So they kind of, like you said, appreciate what they have.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. So the training went good, obviously.
Training was great. Got to train the kids and the adults, and we did lots of stuff, and they spoiled me rotten. Nice. And I just tried to give them exactly what they're looking for. Had a great trip. It was -11 up there, but it's not like dry cold. Yeah. Which is, here it could be like 5, but it's a wet cold, so it's like I need to wear like lunches. Exactly. But I'm happy, and also we had our big Owen started with us today.
That's right.
Yep, came with the cabinet. It was all dirty. And he was like, I must clean it, which is awesome. But it's great. The thing is, he slid into the after school program because he knew a lot of the kids from the camps. That is like his world. Sure. So that's really awesome.
We'll try and get him on the podcast.
We should. Yeah, we should for sure. And then we have Arakawa Sensei coming next week. That's right. Actually, we should get Arakawa Sensei on the podcast. Yes, that would be hilarious.
There it is. That's what we have to do.
Very good.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Arakawa Sensei, we're coming after you. We're going to grab you. So, because he's here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then we take him to Vancouver on Friday.
13 students? 14?
13 karate students. Yeah. I think we only need one more homestay.
Boom.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. Now, speaking of being spoiled and all that kind of stuff, something slipped by last week, and it slipped my mind too when we were recording. That somebody had a birthday.
Who are you pointing at? Who?
Last week.
Me?
And we didn't even talk about it.
I was trying to slide that one by.
Man, you're just looking incredible for 73.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, the glue works. The glue works there. Yeah, Nick was upset because he's like, I can't believe you're going away on your birthday weekend because it was like a Friday night. Yeah, I'm like, going to Prince George. So I was in the airport filming my vlog.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. Yeah. No, thanks, man. No, 46.
46.
I feel like 26, though. I honestly do feel like I'm just getting started.
Yeah, and I mean, your energy is pretty much like a 20-year-old.
Warren was funny. Really he's like, when do you sleep? I've got to go. What do you say? He picked me up after midnight. He goes, I only stay up after midnight twice a year. Once for the karate national championships banquet, and 2 to pick you up from the airport. It's like, I'm going right to bed. What are you doing? I'm going to do some work.
Yeah.
But you know thyself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we have to get into a little bit of karate global news because there was a big tournament, the biggest tournament ever.
Been watching videos.
The K1 Paris Open.
Yes.
Let's dive into a little bit of karate global news. Yeah, so the K1 Paris Open was this past weekend. Last week we kind of previewed it a little bit, but now it's happened. The results are in, and a huge tournament, and lots of stuff happening. We were watching videos.
Lots of people.
Lots of people went.
Was it over 850, was it?
Yeah, it was just crazy. And of course, this is the first big tournament, the first international tournament of 2018, and the first in the new Olympic cycle type thing.
Yes.
So these are going to be important placings going forward to try and get into the 2020 Olympic Games. And of course, as always, we have the results.
Ladies and gentlemen. Sit back. Enjoy the show.
So again, we're going to go over just the gold medalists for each category.
Because everyone else is a loser.
No,
sorry.
First, you're
last. Exactly.
Ricky Bobby says. Okay, so we're just going to go over the gold medalists, and then we might highlight somebody else. And then we're
categories. I called it.
You got categories. I got the names. All right, let's go for it.
Female kata.
Who else? Kyo Shimizu with the gold medal from Japan.
Female committee -50.
So we have Miho Miyahara from Japan as well.
Female -55
is, and again, apologize if we butcher your name, Jeffrey Krishan Sikala Salani from Malaysia.
-61
is Xian Yin from China.
-68.
Alizi Egger from France. Just butchering these names. No wonder why you took this.
I called it 68 plus.
Nadij Ibrahim from France.
Female team kata.
Who else? Japan. Team Japan winning the gold medal in female team kata.
Over on the men's side. Male kata.
Ryo Kayuna. Who else?
Oh. Male kumite -60 kilos.
Is Darkhan Asadilov from Kazakhstan. Douglas Bros getting silver.
Ooh.
Bros team getting
male
silver.
kumite -67.
-67 was Steven DaCosta from France.
-75.
And this was the big one. Ken Nishimura from Japan. Taken down Rafael Agiev from Azerbaijan.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about that in just a sec.
Male committee -84
was Zabila Pershab from the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Male committee 84 plus.
Sahad Ganjade from, again, the Islamic Republic of Japan. Now, we got one more.
Male team kata
is the Spanish team from Spain. One name that I did not see in there. Maybe he wasn't there. You tell me. Ruta Araga.
He lost early on.
Ooh, damn.
Yes. He was there, but he lost.
Early rounds. Very important one. Wow, that's surprising for sure. So there you go. There's your results.
And there were 2 Canadians.
Yeah, I think
Kenneth Lee.
That's right. Got 7th, right?
Male kata.
Male kata. Big showing for Kenneth Lee in kata, men's kata.
And -60.
And -60 was
Nicholas Bisson.
That's right. Nicholas Bisson. And
got
also
9th.
There we know was Valentina Zoltarova was there from BC. Hayajuma was there from Ontario. So a good showing there for Team Canada. But yeah, those are your gold medal winners from the Paris Open. Now, we have some things to talk about here. The big one for me, I couldn't actually believe when Rafael Agaev lost to Ken Nishimura in the gold medal matchup. Like, you watched the video. I have
several times
to watch it. What'd you see? What'd you find in that one match?
Ladies and gentlemen, Agiev scores with an upper chest punch, maybe chin punch from an angle.
So he scored first.
He scored first.
Okay.
Nishimura took a head punch after,
Okay, so
almost to the
1-1.
temple. Agiev threw several more chin punches, no point.
Okay.
Nishimura countered with several more temple punches, no point. Went all the way down, but finally in the last 2 seconds got 2 flags on a temple punch with a big yank back and a bunch of bouncy legs and a big cell at the very end, right to the end.
So 2 seconds before the finish, Ken Nishimura scores the head.
That's right. And what was interesting is Agiev's point came late, maybe halfway through the match, and his points are all. It's funny because it's like he's throwing punches towards his opponent's chin on a rising line.
Yeah.
And really quick and timing, just that slight, he's kind of hopping in slight motion in.
Mm-hmm.
So the opponent has had a hard time seeing it, but his retraction is so quick that the referees have a hard time seeing it.
Yes, yeah. And I find he doesn't really, like, it's a very fast punch, but it's almost like a short punch. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't fully turn his shoulders. He doesn't fully extend. And it makes it, it's fast, it scores, but it makes it hard to really see that punch. So we got a video here that we're looking at. We'll post this up on the Facebook page and that kind of stuff when we bring it in.
So what you're going to see is he's on an angle, and he's going to rise his punch up to the chin. They missed that one, blocked that one. One interesting thing during the match is he instantly throws up, Agiev throws up both arms because Ken Nishimura likes to kick, and Nishimura is taller. That is almost in his training. I'm against Ken Nishimura. The guy's taller than me. I got to stick my arms in the air every time he moves. So you'll notice right off the line, he takes a bit of an angle on him, right? Goes a bit of 45-degree angle. He's going to slide forward. Oh, I think we missed the 1 point there. Sorry. I thought I counted it.
The Ken Nishimura point?
Agiev point.
Oh, the Agiev
Here it is.
Oh, yes, because Agiev scores first.
So Agiev's first. He's on an angle. He leans in just as he comes in, right there. So it's hard to see on that side. But basically, he's, as you can see, he slides up to the chin. And
go to the last 5 seconds.
So last 5 seconds.
Nope. Yeah, right there.
Okay, video review.
8 seconds here.
So you'll notice there's an exchange. Agiev gets a point in. They're not going to count that one as over the shoulder. He gets 1 punch there. They didn't call it. And then he takes the last one.
Let's play that again. Go back.
Actually, what's interesting is they're going to show the actual video replay.
Yeah.
So in the video replay,
Go back.
Oops, hang on a second.
No, you're good.
In the video replay, he'll duck the punch, and he counters to the head.
That scored.
Yeah. So I think Agiev got the punch in before, and then Ken Nishimura sold the punch after. So, he got blocked on the way down there.
Yeah, I don't know if Agiev scored, but I don't know if Ken Nishimura scored either.
Right on his temple. He missed on that one. That one there.
Oh man, I don't know if that's a point.
It's tough.
I don't know if that's a point.
But they looked. But they came out. They looked at it on the video. Yeah. Anyway, hard to say.
I don't know. I mean, either way, good match. They're both, I'm sure, going to go on to be just fine, and probably both represent their countries at the Olympics. But I don't know.
What I think was interesting, how did Ken Nishimura keep Agiev down on points? Well, first, it's a final.
Yeah.
So when you move a final,
it's going to be 1-0.
Yeah, it's 1-0. So you're going to be very, very careful about scoring.
Yeah.
And had that not been a final match, I think we would have seen a lot more aggressiveness.
Sure, of course, yeah.
But what was interesting when you watch the whole videos, Ken Nishimura almost waits for Agiev to do something, and then because Agiev has a long pull-out retraction, he bounces back a lot, and so Nishimura uses a longer reach to aim for his temple.
Yeah, he's quite a bit taller, hey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a lot of punching towards the temple to catch him. They both move around really, really well.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
And
they never really let each other set up. Moves. Moves.
Yeah.
Plays.
Ken Nishimura keeps his arms down. Notice he wants to be punched. He's wanting to be hit. That's interesting how they look at the referees every time they stop. Anyway, so that was one. So I did count quite a few punches towards that. I thought maybe 2 or 3 more that Agiev may have scored, but just on his retraction, the referees just didn't give it to him. They really want to see a sell.
Yes.
And like you said, actually, one thing we're talking about technical tackles, one thing you talked about the punch. Okay, then women's kata.
Women's kata, the final. So we had Emery Iwamato versus
Moto.
Kiyoshimizu. Iwamoto. Emery.
I don't want to get a phone call, man.
Iwamoto versus Kiyoshimizu. Shimizu won 5-0. So the katas were Anand versus Chaitanya Kushenku.
That's right.
And what did you see?
Both are really, really crisp. Iwamoto is kind of more angular and tall,
Okay.
right? So, and just Kiyoshimizu looks really polished. Like this is really what she's doing. So it was straight 5-0. What's interesting when you looked at the men's match was Yi Ta Wang from Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, versus Ryo Kyuna. It was also 5-0. And
Getting tortured Kiai.
yeah. Have you ever heard Ryo Kyuna's Kiai?
No.
We're gonna listen to it right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're that type of full service shop.
So we're gonna show you the Kiai.
We're gonna.
So Ryo Kyuna won 5-0. The katas were Chatanara Kushenku for.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about the katas too in a sec.
Okay. And Anand Dai.
All right, so we're gonna. I'm gonna try and get this on the microphone here.
Okay, hold on. Go closer. Louder. Whoa.
Jeez. Listen to it again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I wrote in my notes when I was watching this, that man just got tortured. It's like, I'm going to take bamboo splints up your fingernails. Yeah.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Clearly it works.
Now, something I've watched Ryo Kyuna compete before. Let's put this on silent. Has this gentleman been enjoying the winter break, or?
Oh, he's looking a little portly.
Is it me? It's not just me, right?
He's looking a little portly.
He's looking a little bit like he had a nice.
Like he's got a little winter coat on.
Yeah, like a little winter coat. And listen, Kyuna, we love you, man. But Kalan's right here.
Right here. Call me up.
Call him up. He's ready. He's ready to help you out at any second. Now,
I mean, well,
have you seen this kata before? He's doing Anandai.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
So Anandai's been, I think it's been on the kata list for a while, but it is a longer version of Anand.
Well,
now,
that's what you want to do. Is for sure a
longer version. Well, Anand's not that long either. You know, it's actually kind of, it's not that long.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of what's 66 steps?
Oh, 108 steps is Superempe. Yeah. Superempe is super long. It's not that long. So Anandai. Now some people say Anandai was made just for tournaments, but there are people who say, well, it's existed for a while. But this is one of those things like, Anandai is now on the kata list. Let's see Anandai for the next couple of years. Anandai is going to be a popular kata.
Especially if Ryo Kyuna is doing it.
Exactly. And you have to use a tortured kiai when you do it.
Yes, you have to. It's part of the It's part of the tournament.
Have you looked at the actual kata rules? A list of katas on here. I'm going to show you.
So the rules or the list of katas?
The list of katas. Because, for a while they took the katas.
108 of them, and we're going to name them all. All right.
Here we go. Wait. That one.
I can't read your highlight.
Garu.
Garu.
Have you ever seen or heard one before?
Garu.
It's a Kyokushin. It's Kyokushin kata.
Oh, okay.
This is the first time Kyokushin kata has been added to the list.
I mean, is anybody going to do it?
Well, there are 4 Kyokushin organizations in Japan.
Okay.
Number 2, run by Matsui, joined the JKF, and he's got like 2 million members or something like that.
So maybe.
So people will do it. Well, what's interesting is Kyokushin kata for WKF style speed and precision competition is a little bit different, but I think these katas will get polished really tightly.
Sure.
So maybe in a couple of years. But it's interesting to see now it's there. It's on the list.
There you go.
So if you're a Kyokushin competitor, you can. Now, I think what you'll see is Kyokushin clubs joining the mainstream organizations.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And they'll be competing with these.
There you go.
Tortured Kiai.
Tortured Kiai. There it is. That's our Karate Global News, a little recap of the Paris Open.
Lots of video to look at. You can look at on Sport Data. You can look at how the matches went.
Yeah.
Damien Quintaro from Spain
went
up against Antonio Diaz.
Ooh, that's a good match.
Yes. So there's that video as well.
Oh, I like that.
I'll leave you guys up to explore that.
All right, there we go. Let's get into a little bit of technical tactical.
So it's funny you mentioned.
I mentioned it.
You mentioned it. I wrote it down. Full punch. Agiev had some rolling punches. Did you notice that?
It's like we planned this.
I know. Some rolling punches. And
what do you mean by rolling punch? Describe to our listeners what a rolling punch is.
Like drawing a circle in the air, but on a flat angle. What's this like? Punch high, pull back low. Right?
Like a train.
Like a train. Yeah, like a, what do you call it? What's that piece that goes between the wheels?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't make trains.
I can't do anything but karate, so.
I don't make trains.
So a rolling punch, like punching high, then pulling it back low. So I saw that in Agiev's. Agiev's a legend, so it's hard to pick him apart.
Yes.
But
we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do whatever we can, dude. You lost, and we're calling it. So one of the great things about doing proper technical karate is the idea of full extension.
Yes.
And in that fight with Nishimura, his elbows is very, very Japanese, but nice boxing movement side to side, and he had a really nice extension. As Agiev was going back, he fully extended his arm out to his complete reach and pulled back. This is Nishimura was escaping, and Agiev was escaping, and Nishimura tagged Agiev a couple times on the temple, right? And this is a really important concept especially if you're tall, not to rush in, but to extend your arm. I think technical, traditional training, that's where it really helps us for sport karate, right? Because we have the idea of elbow in. My sense talks about a fishing weight on your elbow.
Yes, I've heard that analogy.
Yeah,
before. Probably from you.
Probably from me. I'm going to take that one. I have to, of course, say it was from him. Yeah. Who knows where he's stood? That's right. And then some you'll say it, some will say it from you, right. And it goes on and on. Anyway, so technical karate, but really nice straight application and keeping your shoulder down. Stuff we practice in class, but so valuable. Now, if you didn't practice that in class and you were just throwing your punch out, you might also get that rolling type of situation. So to do a really nice straight punch in class or when you're doing a tournament, again, elbow down. Yes. Brings your shoulder down, and then you press it out forward and pull it back to your armpit.
Yes. Yeah. Even when I train some boxing athletes, I teach them that or help them with that, is keeping their elbows in. Totally. A lot of time they want to bring that elbow out. It's like you're telegraphing your punch. It's not going to be a good punch. Keep it in tight. Go straight lines. You won't telegraph it. You'll be able to go straighter. You'll be able to go faster.
Do you see a video of current day Tyson hitting the bag? It was just I saw it on Twitter, but
I saw the video of him holding pads for his son.
Okay.
I saw that video, but no, I didn't see.
I saw it was like a 3 or 4 second clip.
I'm sure he still got power.
Woo!
I'm sure he still got power.
Speed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For an older man,
how dare you, sir?
Just
a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That's our good technical tactical from Richard.
Oh, do you want to read that book that you lent me?
Do I want to read
about
the book?
Iron Mike?
Yeah, actually, I would.
Okay, I'll bring it in. It's awesome.
Awesome. All right, for sure.
Big Owen just finished Win or Learn.
Nice.
Yeah,
you liked it, obviously.
Of course.
You know. All right. My fitness training tip of the week is the importance of training single leg explosiveness. If you look at karate training and you look at karate movements, a lot of them come from the legs, but specifically one leg working at a time. Right? Pushing from the back leg when you're throwing Kazamizuki or whatever, one leg working, not so much both at the same time, but one. So you want to make sure that you train not only, your squats and that kind of stuff, but you also want to do exercises that train one leg to work explosively. So what we did here in class here tonight is we had somebody go into like a half squat in one leg, and then we had gloves or a ball, and you throw the ball or the glove over their head, and they have to push up and explode it, catch the ball and throw it back to you and right back into their one-legged squat, and they explode up, grab it, and right back. Another one you can do is just hopping on one leg like a bound on one leg across the floor. Like pulsing, but trying to get distance. Explode for it, trying to go as far as you can on one leg, kind of like you do with like frog hops.
Totally.
Jumps where you're jumping as far as you can forward.
Yeah.
Do it on one leg, because again, a lot of the stuff we do in karate is based off of one leg. It's not usually both legs pushing. It's usually one at a time.
Absolutely.
So you have to work just one leg at a time, and that single leg explosive.
That's awesome,
because it relates directly to what we're doing.
No, it's awesome. We do that like I'm gonna practice that one you just said.
Yeah.
We do that one where like in Shikodachi and you pick up your front leg and you just pulse as much as you can so you almost fall over.
Yes. Yep.
And then
Yes,
we were doing it with Rodney last year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
good,
going backwards.
Good balance, and it's kind of good, helping you kind of go
Mm.
fast. But again, you want that explosiveness,
Totally.
being able to cover distance as much as you can off one leg. Another good one you can do is like a jumping lunge or like lunge jumps. So you're in a deep lunge.
Yeah.
You push up and you jump up and you switch legs.
Oh, yeah.
Jump up and you switch legs into a lunge. Drop into a lunge. Up and drop.
You know what's amazing when we do that with the kids, like when they've never done, and this is the same with adults, they've never really worked their quads before, because very few sports actually work legs.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And they shake and they tumble and they can't bend their knees and stuff. And then after a while, when they get like the orange belt or red belt and they can actually really do it, it's amazing to see the parents' faces like, wow, my kid can bend their knees and bound and explode.
And even like in stances, if you think about a lot of stances, that's one leg being loaded. Like cat stance, usually one leg being loaded.
Yeah.
And if that leg's not strong or your legs aren't strong enough, you're not going to be able to hold that stance.
Totally.
People with the shaky legs, they go, how do I get better stances? Maybe you should get stronger legs.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So there you go. That's my fitness training tip of the week.
Sweet. What's what we're doing tomorrow?
Perfect. All right, let's get into some upcoming events coming down. Of course, the big one, K1, just finished the Paris Open. Locally, we have the Steveston Karate Tournament coming February 10th in Richmond, near Vancouver, BC. February 2nd and 4th is the EKF, European Karate Federation, Junior Cadet and U21 Championships in Sochi, Russia. The BC Winter Games for us here on the West Coast is February 23rd to 25th in Kamloops. And then the next Series A, K1 Series A, is February 16th to 18th in Spain.
That's right. That's right. It's going to be amazing. And then we have 13 university karate students coming here next week for 3 days with Arakawa Sensei.
We got BC team training and fitness testing.
Holy
this
cow.
We didn't even talk about that, but we got the fitness testing again happening this weekend.
This is going to be interesting. This is the second one.
See what happens at the end of season. Fitness testing.
Can't wait to get those numbers.
There'll be some improvements happening here. I think there will be.
And then we have some friends coming next week too. Pete Williams with his wife Mackie are coming from Japan exactly the same time. He's also an instructor at Arakawa Sensei's club.
Awesome.
Coming to Canada for his first visit.
Great. And then, of course, in early March, we have the national championships in Halifax.
Just the hits just keep on coming.
Crazy. This next couple months is just like bang, 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 bang.
I love it. When I was in Japan, just before I left, or even a couple of years before I left, I could see myself doing that job for the next 20, 25 years at the same desk, at the same dojo. Every 3 years, new kids every year, some new kids would come in, some new kids would leave. We'd be going through the motions. I was like, I could see right to my retirement. I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I want to be in a place where like there's stability, of course, but man, like what does the world hold? Like what can I create next week or what can I create next month that's totally within my control, just based on if I just work harder.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter anything as long as you're willing to outwork everybody else.
That's right. Yes. Patience and persistence.
Exactly.
So
with all these things, like I was just talking to Nick, it's funny, like, okay, what's going on tomorrow? But like, man, what's going to go on next month?
Yeah, right.
It's huge.
It's just changing week by week.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, speaking by week by week, we got this podcast coming out every week.
Boom.
Thursday nights, we record these live on Facebook. They come out Monday morning, available for download, all the podcast platforms, everything. You can find us and that kind of stuff.
We are gonna definitely get Arakawa Sensei on here. And we'll do some translation with him.
Awesome.
And we'll ask him all about the planning for 2020 because he knows.
Translate, or are you gonna translate?
You can translate for sure. He's super fun to talk to, as you know.
Oh, I know he is.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Well, that wraps up this episode of the Karate 360 podcast. We appreciate you guys listening.
Absolutely.
Find us on all our social media, Richard Mosdell, everything, Kalan, Anglos, everything. Subscribe, like, share.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks, guys. We will talk to you guys next week.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
I'm Kalan Anglos.
San Lokamaru.